everybody, welcome back to another Rams Astro video. So today we're going to be talking about my Undertaker toy collection. So the last video I did, we talked about my wrestling toy collection, gave you a wee bit of backstory in the toys and my backstory with my toys. And I only showed 2 Undertaker toys in the whole video because I thought I've got that many Undertaker toys, I might as well do their own video on them. So the first one was the one we showed in the video. It's the Hasbro Undertaker with clothesline action. I'm not going to go too much into that because we've already spoke about him. So the next one, as I said in the last video, my first Undertaker figure was the Superstars Undertaker. Picture of him on screen here. So I no longer have this figure. I might try and reacquire it. I don't have it anymore. So that was my first Undertaker, only Undertaker toy for a wee while. But then I got this one. So this is Undertaker toy with bone crunching action as well. So yeah, this is based when he was starting to go a bit dark and with his Lord of Darkness stuff. But the figure, as my son said, what would you say he looks like?
Hopeless.
He looks a bit hopeless. He looks a bit grumpy, upset. And to be fair, he does look a bit upset. But the thing I loved most about this toy when I first seen it is it had tattoos on. Don't know if I can get these in date. There we go. So it had the actual tattoos printed on because the Superstars Undertaker just had plain arms. And you do get the odd Undertaker toy that doesn't have any arm prints on it, which is quite annoying. But I love the fact it had the tattoos printed on. And as you can see with the regular bone crunching ones, there's a bit of articulation, but yeah, but this one can at least do a big boot. Look at that big boot, people. That is a great big boot compared to the Titantron figures. So that was that one. Then the next figure that I got was, when I was heavily into buying my Undertaker toys, it was during the Attitude Era with the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. So I remember seeing, they brought out the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. I think it was a SummerSlam line figure. And they had the Undertaker figure here. And the robe, and I was like, yes, I need to get that, just to replace this one with an up-to-date Undertaker figure. He's got the robe that he wore in the when he came down to the ring and things like that, but when you open up the robe after buying the figure, it's the exact same toy. It's the exact same toy that was in the robe, which I personally felt a bit cheated. I basically paid all this money for the same toy. It just came with a robe. It annoyed me, but I now had a robe that I could switch and match with other toys. The robe itself looks pretty fine. It does a good job at imitating what it had in the wrestling. Yeah, so I do like the robe, but I'm annoyed with the toy. See if I can get him to stand. I'm going to try and not hit the camera this time. I think I just hit it with my chin. I don't care, fall over. So after those, I moved on to the Titantron toys. So I can't remember which my first Titantron toy was. I think it might have been this one. And I remember being a bit disappointed by the Undertaker's face on it because I honestly don't understand what they were going with. So Undertaker always had a bit of a goatee, but then he moved to just the chin goatee. But for some reason in this toy, they gave him just this bit of dust, just a bit of a soul patch. And I honestly do not understand why, because he's never had that as far as I'm aware. I do not remember him ever having just a soul patch. It makes no sense to me. They got the hair, basically, right? The costume is basic. I've actually never liked this figure. I basically got it just because it was the first Titantron Undertaker out that I'd seen. The tattoo printing is basic as basic gets compared to the detail on those figures. So what do you think of this one, son?
I don't really like it that much.
So that's the best big boot the Undertaker's getting compared to that one that could basically get the foot up to his head. So yeah, but still you had the closed fist that can hold a weapon, and you had the open palm for choke slamming. But the open palm is on the left hand, and I'm pretty sure Undertaker always choke slammed with his right, so it should have been the other way around. So I don't like that one. You don't like this one, son? No. No, its face, it's always annoyed me. But then they brought out this one. I don't know if the jacket that I've got in this is actually for this figure, or if I've maybe mixed and matched it with the wrong one, but I'm sure it's on the right figure. They brought out one with the proper goatee. Now that one looks good. The hair is perfect, the sculpt is fantastic, but the jacket itself says Ministry of Darkness. As far as I'm aware, Undertaker never once actually wore this jacket, and they just made it for the toy. It's basically the exact same arm prints, basic, but he's got 2 open palms. He's not wearing the top, he's just wearing trousers, which I do not remember during this period Undertaker ever doing, but it was an alternate Undertaker that I could play with, and it had a better head mould. So I was quite happy with that. So I'm going to say right now, there's no American Badass Undertaker toys here because I kind of stopped buying toys round about that period. But I do have lots of Ministry Attitude Era Undertaker toys. I'm going to quickly just show this little toy as a mini Undertaker figure that I've got. I think back in the day I must have drew red pen on him just to make him look like he was bleeding. I've been slowly getting it off over the last couple of years. I've been getting layer by layer. So that side was completely caked, but it's mostly off now. So I'm just working on this area. I just don't want to take the paint off, so I'm just taking my time with it. So it's a small Undertaker toy. Even he's got a better big boot. Even he's got a better boot. I'm just going to sit him down there because he's toty. Now, I don't know which one I got first out of these next couple. So I'm just going to bring them up randomly. So this one is another Undertaker Ministry of Darkness. So basically the same head as him, but the hair is painted a bit darker. So as you can see, it's basically the exact same head, painted darker, but he's got a more Ministry accurate costume. I think he wore this costume a few times, so I think that's why I was quite happy to get this one. He's actually got gloves on for once. The tattoos, the arms are the exact same, but the costume looks good. Good detail, leg prints. So I was very happy. I used this toy for quite a while until I got the next two. So this next one replaced that one. They went back to this head on a different painted body. I think these have all got the exact same body, just different paints. So here we go. We've got the same head, but that one's a bit more defined logo, and I love the Undertaker's logo. So as you can see, it's a bit of a... He's got it printed on his legs. I remember him wearing this costume. Double open palms, but no gloves. So, yeah, so basically it's the exact same figure 3 times, just different paints. But yeah, I was a kid and I was like, I need these different Undertakers because I want that costume. And I did it. I did it every time. And I remember, before going to my next Titantron Live, WrestleMania 15, Undertaker versus Bossman, Hell in a Cell. Undertaker wore this amazing piece of armour coming to the ring with a cape and shoulder pads. They brought out an action figure of it, and damn right I bought that action figure because it was amazing. But I've lost the chest piece, so I've just got the cape and shoulder pads on my figure. But as you can see, it's a brand new headpiece, new beard mould, brand new hair mould. It's fantastic. Look at that. This is removable. The cape, but a brand new costume. He's got elbow pads this time, moulded into the arms. He's got his gloves on. Fantastic. This was my favourite Undertaker toy. I absolutely love this toy. If I could find the chest piece on eBay, I might pick it up and sort of just complete this again, because I lost the chest piece years ago. Just look at the boots, even moulded. They're just basic boots, but these are fantastic paint job. There's no real detail on the back, but if you can take the cape off so that you can place him with the chest piece, hence why I've lost it. But I love this toy. It's my favourite Undertaker toy that I own, so I absolutely love that. And as you can see, it is a bit bigger, so I think that's when the Jakks Pacific were starting to make their toys a bit bigger. But I like this one because it was bigger than my other Titantron Live figures, and it gave a bit of scale. This next one is another Ministry Undertaker. It's not a Titantron Live though. We're finished with the Titantron Lives. It's one of the, I'm pretty sure they were called Tough Talkers. So if you turned his head, he would turn on, but I've took the not out. It does work, but I've no replacement batteries. And if you turned his head, it would turn them on. And if you twisted his arm, he'd say stuff like, "Ow, you're hurting my arm," or "Let go of my arm." If you twist his neck, he'll say things like, "Oh, stop wrenching my neck," or "Stop bending my leg," and things like that. So basically they reacted to what you were doing with them. The pose is extremely weird. So if I stand him with his feet facing you, you can see that he's kind of facing away, and there's no way to turn the torso. It's moulded in place like that. So he's been moulded at a slight angle. So I don't know if that's a mistake, or if that was meant to be for an action pose or something like that, but I thought it was weird. The head itself could be a lot better. It kind of looks like a caricature version of The Undertaker. The hair itself is kind of on point. Nothing's going to beat that one over there. Nothing's going to beat that. So what do you think of this toy, Fat Daniel? You've seen this when it worked, when it had the batteries in it. You liked it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yes, I've got another Undertaker there. Let's just stand him. I think he's going to fall. He doesn't stand the best. So these next two figures came out at the same time as all of them, and they're not Titantron Live. They're very weird toys. If you speak to any wrestling toy collector, these will probably be up there as some of the weirdest ones. All I have to say is 2 words: maximum sweat. Does anyone remember the wrestling figures that you got that you put water inside so that when you played with them, sweat would pour down their face? If you do remember them, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't remember them, you think I'm a nut job. But here we go. Here's the first maximum sweat Undertaker. This was pre-Lord of Darkness, but it is extremely caricaturic. So you can kind of see there's a little gap between his forehead and his hair. That's where the sweat would come down. You would fill the water up there using a little dropper thing that I've lost, and this pump would get the sweat going. So that's how you get the Undertaker to sweat. So yeah, so I've got that one. So I'll just set him here. But then you think one maximum sweat Undertaker's enough, but no, they brought out a Lord of Darkness Undertaker one. The colours are extreme, but he had that cool chin goatee that I loved, but it's extremely exaggerated, and he's got his awesome tied back hair look, but it's exactly the same costume practically, just in a different paint job. They just replaced his head. So I've just thought of something. I'm going to do a quick jump cut, and I'm going to fill one of these with water and show off the sweat. So back in a moment. Right, welcome back. So I filled him up with water. I don't think he holds the water too well, which is why I don't use him that much. So son, you've never seen these bad boys sweat before, have you?
No.
So here we go. Let's see the Undertaker sweat. So yeah, there's a sweating action figure. Who thought this was a good idea for kids, Daniel?
I don't know.
Would you have liked a sweating action figure?
As long as it was like a Fiend one.
Yeah.
Well, the Fiend doesn't really sweat.
So yeah, there he is. It's dripping all over me, so I'm just going to hit the camera. Just going to dry him off, stand him up. He's probably going to... The water seems to be dripping out of here, so if it looks like he's peeing himself, that's why. So that's... Let's fix the camera. So I'm just going to pull back a bit. You'll see why in a minute. There we go. So that's the dripping Undertaker. Another one I got. This one was mostly like a model for display purposes. It came in a big cool background stand. I remember saving up my money to get it out of Index in Irvine. Does people remember Index before Argos? Anyway, so it's a ripped and ruthless Undertaker. It came in a stand. It wasn't really made for playing. There's not much posability on him, but it looks awesome. So here we go. We've got the ripped and ruthless Undertaker. He was standing in a pose like that. He had the good detailed pink tattoos. I don't know why it was always pink. So yeah, we've got the pink tattoos Undertaker. It kind of just looks like a cartoon version of the Undertaker. It looks like the version that was in the comic, if I'm honest. His waist is extremely loose. The legs would only really twist, so he's mainly meant to stay in the stand. There was a few ripped and ruthless figures. They were quite cool, but this was the only one I was interested in. So I will stand him back here, since he's quite big. But he doesn't stand up, so I'm just going to lie him down. So the next two figures are quite big, so that's why I've pulled back a bit. I don't know if I've pulled back enough. So this next one was F2 Federation Fighters Undertaker. It was kind of like the Action Man versions of WWF fighters. So this was like the Action Man sized Undertaker toy. So I remember getting this and making him fight my Action Man. So here we go. As again, it's the Lord of Darkness Undertaker. He's got that little cool goatee. The hair mould is fantastic. He's wearing his classic Undertaker garb. He got removable. He had a cloak and he had a scythe, but I've lost them over the years. So it's some posability. I think these were mainly made for collectors. Some of the joints are a wee bit loose, but they could be good. So you can take the clothes off. If you had the other fighters, you can swap their costumes about. But the other fighters were people like Kane and Stone Cold. So if you got Stone Cold, he didn't really have a costume. So I don't know if I can get him to stand in the back. I will do my best. Let's have a look. Can you stand up? Will you fall over? You will fall over. Okay, you lie down. I'm not going to risk him knocking all of them down. So this next one, my brother actually picked me up in a charity shop in Saltcoats. I remember seeing this that same time we got this. Was years and years ago. I'm going to assume this was before my son was born, so this was about 9 years ago. And I seen it in a charity shop, but I thought, I've not got the money, so I'll just leave it. But my little brother happened to be in the same charity shop later that day, seen it and thought, he's going to like this, I'll pick it up for him. And he picked it up for me, and I can't remember the name of the line. This was kind of like mid-2000s line, so it's like these giant, weirdly proportioned figures. You got Rey Mysterio, you got John Cena, and you got The Undertaker, so you could make them fight, but I tend to have him just sitting in his classic, see if I can get him to do it, pose. See if I can get him to stay in his pose. He's going to fall forward. There we go. So it looks quite good in display like that. So yeah, so this is kind of what they were kind of displayed like for years. So this is my Undertaker collection. There is a few missing that I've lost over the years, moving house and stuff, so I don't know where they are. And the newest edition was the one I mentioned yesterday, this Mattel one that I got at a car boot sale. He's much taller than the rest, well, because he is made to scale with the other Mattel figures. So I love Undertaker. I should have probably collected the American Badass Undertaker figures. The American Badass was a costume that the Undertaker basically took on, where he was a biker after this, and I didn't really like the biker look, so I stopped buying his toys. Would you have liked the biker Undertaker, or do you like the Darkness Undertaker?
Darkness.
Good boy. Good boy. So that's my Undertaker collection. I thought I'd do a quick wee video on that.
Darkness and Biker.
Darkness and Biker, you like them both?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the video that we made with all my other wrestling toys took so long last night. My son decided he wanted this film today because he didn't want to miss out on me talking about these, did you? They can't hear you shake your head, son. You need to speak.
No.
No. Okay. So, yeah, so that's my Undertaker toys. I do have other random toy collections from my childhood. If you want to see me talk about them in length or talk about my memories with them, let me know. So I've got things like Street Sharks, Small Soldiers, it's a few bits and bobs of Star Wars, things like that.
Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters as well, but I think everyone expected me to have Ghostbusters, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching the video. As usual, like, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with your friends, and don't forget to have a gidgeon.